Redheads of Ireland have gathered and have appointed their new royal family. This past weekend marked the 5th annual Irish Redhead Convention in Crosshaven, Ireland, and the fair-skinned, flame-haired crowd gathered to celebrate their freckled fierceness. In addition to a parade, musical performances, and a carrot-tossing competition, the festival-goers crowned their new Ginger King and Queen. And right now we're joined by none other than this year's winners, Laura May Keohane and Gary Fitzgibbon. Thank you both for joining me today.
No problem. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Well, congratulations to both of you. And what was the competition like?
Fierce.
It was. It was.
There was a fair amount of redheaded people there, and I think a lot of them went for the King and Queen because it's a big honour, you know.
When they say redheads are feisty, like, they were not joking.
Well, what does it take to actually be crowned the King and Queen?
Well, I think there were different kind of competitions. The King one.
Yeah, there was loads. There was like best beard, best red dog, which was really nice actually. Best red eyebrows. No, loads. Most freckles per square inch.
But the King and Queen, like that's kind of the big one. So we both had to go through interviews with like a few different people. There was like the past queens. There was TV presenter, an Irish TV presenter interviewing us, and just about your enthusiasm and passion for red hair and how it affected you. And obviously we had good answers because we were kind of king and queens.
Yeah, you did something right. Now, redheads only account for 2% of the world's population, and just recently there was some bad news. There was a study where scientists claim that global warming could be a threat to the trait, especially in Scotland. How important is it for redheads to stick together?
I think there's a very it's a big uniqueness about it, you know. I think we like to find each other because we've all experienced the same things, you know, with the hair, like even when we were younger, you know, with bullying and so on. So I think we find a nice identity in it, you know.
We have a saying here, like in Irish, it's Níneach Curla Féile, and it's like we have strength in numbers, and really we do. I've heard so many negative stories about redheads and how they have a hard time. But this convention, if you were there, you would want to be a redhead if you were not one.
Yeah, it's true, right? Redheads do often find themselves in the firing line for insults and for jokes. You know, last year there was a British TV personality that made headlines for saying that, quote, ginger babies, like a baby, just so much harder to love. Horrible thing to say. Is, what do you say to those people that do make you the butt of jokes?
We were loved when we were babies.
Well loved, yeah.
That's not fair. Yeah, that's just not fair, and it's not true. Not in my experience. I know people that have had a hard time, but I also know brunettes and blondes that have been bullied. I mean, it's not just redheads that are bullied, you know. I think we're just bullied because of our hair, but brunettes would not be bullied because they were brunette. Makes no sense.
Very true. And a final question too: Is there a love connection here between the King and Queen?
Every time people see us, they ask us like, "Is this a real thing or an official thing?" And we're like, "No, sorry, it's just the official one, you know."
Yeah. Well, maybe there's a date in the stars after, now that you've gotten to know each other.
Is this not a date? This is a nice little video date. I kind of like this.
All right, so first date right here on HuffPost Live. Be sure to report back to us then on what date 2 looks like.
You're showing the babies are born.
Yeah. Ginger, you love.
The next King and Queen.
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations again, and thank you both for joining us today.
No
Cheers,
problem.
thank you.
No problem at all. Nice to meet you.
All right, guys, that is it for World Brief today. But if there are stories that you'd like us to cover, you can always tweet me at AlonaMink and use the hashtag WorldBrief, and you can click the Be an On-Air Guest button right on the screen if you want to join. And to listen on the go, you can download the podcast on iTunes. Stick around, there's much more coming up on HuffPost Live.